Let's get some things clear. In today's lesson, I just want to briefly speak on the whole topic about Esau this, heathen that, and, of course, one of the things that the Christians teach, that they replaced us. True Israel. Wrong again. When I talk about being humble, I'm also talking about pride and being proud. Pride and proud go hand in hand, okay? Because both of them brings a haughty spirit, making you think that you are above someone else when no one is above anyone, because the only person that is above all is Yahuwah. Now, with saying that, what I need for my people, true Israel, to understand is we got to quit pointing fingers at the white man, or who we call Esau. Even though Esau in scripture is who is oppressing us, we must first think about why this happened in the first place. Okay? So what we're going to do today is we're going to go into scripture, and I'm going to get you guys to see the truth. Instead of us always listening to other people, we need to take the time out and study for ourselves so that we can show ourselves approved of the Most High Yah. So without further ado, let's get into scripture, and we're going to also look up the word heathen to see exactly what a heathen is, because I believe we have a misconception of what a heathen is. A lot of times when you hear the word heathen, the first thing comes into thought is a white person, but that's wrong. Jeremiah chapter 10 verses 1 and 2, and it reads, "Hear ye the word which Yahuwah speaks unto you, O house of Yasharel. Thus says Yahuwah, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them." Now I would like for you to take the time out to think and ponder about the word heathen that was spoken to us by our Father Yahuwah, telling us about not learning the ways of the heathen. When you hear this scripture, the first thing that came to your mind was the white man. Just be honest. Be honest with yourselves. But here today, I'm going to show you what a heathen is. The etymology of the word heathen means, I know it says right here, not Christian or Jewish, but we're not going to focus on that part. This is what it means also as a noun. Heathen man, one of a race or nation which does not acknowledge the God of the Bible. Heathen, pagan. I'm going to read that again. It means heathen man, one of a race or nation which does not acknowledge the God of the Bible. Heathen, pagan. Okay? We got to have some understanding. So if you're out here worshiping other gods, be it that you are Hebrew or that you are a Gentile, and you're out here worshiping other gods or other Elohim that is not Yahuwah, or you're celebrating Christmas, Thanksgiving, St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day, Halloween, all these pagan holidays, and worshiping these other gods, and you're not keeping the feast days and the holy days, then therefore you are a heathen. It's the white man's fault. It's the white man's fault. It's the white man's fault. That may be true. It is. But Israel, come on now. Shame on you. If you're going to teach this, teach the truth. You know whose fault it really is. It's ours. Then let's get it in scripture. Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if you, talking to you Israel, will not hearken unto the voice of Yahuwah Elohika to guard, to do all his commandments, his statutes, which I command you this day, that all these curses shall come upon you and overtake you. Why? If you don't do what Abba say. Now, was he talking to the white man? Was he talking to the heathens? No, he was talking to us, Israel. He was talking to us, family. Now, let's keep going. Deuteronomy 28, verses 45 and 46. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon you and shall pursue you and overtake you till you be destroyed, because you hearken not unto the voice of Yahuwah Elahaka, to guard his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded you. And they shall be upon you for a sign, for a wonder upon your seed forever. And it's true. So I'm going to ask you again, family. Whose fault is it that we're in captivity? Whose fault is it that Esau and the other Gentile nations have oppressed us? Whose fault is it? While we point our hands at Esau, while we point our hands at the other nations, while we're pointing our hands at our oppressor, whose fault is it that we're in the first place? Point that finger back at yourself, because I'm pointing the finger at me too. It's our fault. It's our ancestors' fault. And if you look around, we are still making the same mistakes that our forefathers made before us. Let's keep going. Now for you Gentiles, I want you to see something. Don't think for 1 minute that you are off the hook, because you're not. Okay, Gentiles, I want you to listen. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 16 through 21. And it reads, they provoked him to jealousy. Who is they? Israel. Who is him? Yahuwah. With strange Elohim, with abominations, provoked they him to anger. They sacrificed unto devils, not to Eloah, to Elohim whom they knew not, to new Elohim that came newly up, whom our fathers feared not. Of the rock that begat you, you are unmindful, and have forgotten El that formed you, talking about Israel. And when Yahuwah saw it, he abhorred them. He was mad with us, because of the provoking of his sons and of his daughters, talking about us. And he said, I will hide my face from them. Who is them? Israel. I will see what their end shall be. For they are a very froward generation, children in whom is no faith. They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not El. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities. And I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. Talking about y'all, Gentiles. I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation. Talking about y'all again, Gentiles. If you don't believe me that this is the Torah speaking this, I'm going to show you the same thing Paul said. He said the same thing. So I want to show you what you Gentiles are here for. To provoke us to anger. And the Most High said this himself. Let's keep going. Okay, Gentiles, keep listening. Romans chapter 10, verses 1 through 4 reads, brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to Elohim for Yasharal, that's Israel, is that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of Elohim, which means we know of him, but not according to knowledge. The knowledge is the Torah. For they, being ignorant of Elohim's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of Elohim. For Mashiach is the goal of the Torah for righteousness to everyone that believes. So basically, what I need you Gentiles to do, and Hebrews, I need y'all to read chapter 10 in its entirety. But basically what Paul was saying is he was praying to the Most High that his people be saved because we were ignorant of the Most High. And to prove that to you, we're going to continue to read. Okay, we're going to get some precepts from Romans 11. Let's start out with verse 1. I say then, has Elohim cast away his people? Who is his people? Israel. Never. For I also am a Yasharali, of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. So what Paul is telling you here is, of course not. The Most High has never cast his people away, which is us, because he too is an Israelite. Okay, let's keep going. Romans 11, verses 9 through 11. And David says, let their table be made a snare and a trap and a stumbling block and a recompense unto them. The them he's talking about is Israel, us. Let their eyes be darkened, that they may not see, and bow down their back always. I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall? Never. But rather through their fall, who's there? Us, Israel, our fall. Salvation, or Yeshua, is come unto the other nations for to provoke them to jealousy. It just pays to read scripture for yourself. Also, I implore everyone to read Romans 11, the full entire chapter, so you can get a better understanding of what's going on here as pertaining to the natural branch and who's being grafted in. It was talking about us. It was never talking about the Gentile nations. But anyways, You don't have to take my word for it. Like I said before, do studying for yourself so that you can have understanding. Peace and prosperity, everyone.